You've been pouring all your energy into someone, treating them like royalty, just hoping for a crumb of attention in return. But the harsh reality is this: the more you chase, the more they pull away. Why? Because they see you as a puppet, always there, waiting on their next move, strings pulled tight. As long as you keep playing this game, they'll continue treating you like you're disposable, like yesterday's news. You're holding on to the hope that one day they'll wake up and see your worth. News flash. They won't. Not while you're acting like a backup plan, always there waiting. Who gave them this power over you? Who made them the boss of your happiness? The answer is simple. It's you. You handed over control, gave them the keys to your peace of mind, letting them call the shots. Meanwhile, you're waiting, hoping they'll change, but they're out there living their life without sparing you a thought. That's how little they value your time, energy, and effort. You've been bending over backward just to get a scrap of attention, but all they've done is show you how little they care. And why would they? You've shown them you'll stick around no matter how poorly they treat you. But today, that stops. Today, you step back, cut those strings, and drop the role of the puppet. No more chasing, no more waiting for their texts, calls, or validation. You go quiet, disappear into the background, and let them experience what life is like without you. Reclaim every bit of energy you've wasted on them and pour it back into yourself. Here's the truth. People don't value what they don't have to work for. As long as you're chasing, they're running, enjoying the thrill of knowing you'll always be there, no matter what. But the moment you stop, the moment you go silent, that's when everything shifts. Suddenly, they'll be staring at their phone, wondering why you haven't reached out. They'll scroll through your social media, searching for any sign that you're still thinking about them. But you're done. You're not playing the waiting game anymore, hoping for scraps from someone who treated you like an option. When you pull back and stay silent, you flip the script. Now, they're the ones left hanging, wondering if they lost you for good. And that's when they start to panic, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. But this time, it's on your terms. Accept this challenge. Cut off that easy access they've taken for granted. When they finally realize you're no longer waiting around, it will hit them like a punch to the gut. But whether they come back or not won't even matter, because now you know your worth, and it's definitely not tied to their attention. You're not some side option they can pick up whenever it suits them. By the time they realize what they've lost, you'll be long gone. Today is the day you stop playing by their rules. Today is the day you break free, move in silence, and take back your power. You've already started pulling back, stepping away from that exhausting chase. Maybe you've gone silent, cut off those endless texts, or held back from chasing after someone new. You think this will make them realize what they lost and come rushing back, realizing they've let someone special slip away. Sounds good, right? But let's be clear, that's just another trap. If you're still waiting for them to notice your absence, hoping they'll come running back, you're still giving them all the power. Sure, you've stopped chasing, but you haven't stopped waiting. And waiting, that's just another form of submission. If your plan is to simply stop chasing and hope they'll return, nothing will change. They'll still sense your energy pulling toward them, even in silence. The second they throw you a breadcrumb, you'll be tempted to jump back in, proving you were never really in control. The real shift happens when you stop needing them to notice at all. It's not about punishing them with silence. It's about showing yourself that your world doesn't revolve around them. Remember this: you are the author of your own story. Say it out loud. I write my own story. This isn't about waiting in the shadows, hoping someone finally reads the script you've been writing for them. This is about tearing up that old script and writing a new one where you're the main character, not a sidekick in someone else's life. The real power move isn't in making them miss you. It's in making sure you no longer care whether they do. Because when you're out there living with purpose, thriving without them, that's when they'll start to feel the sting. But by then, it won't even matter to you. This journey isn't about revenge or playing games. It's about reclaiming control, setting your standards higher, and stepping into your own power. No more chasing, no more begging for validation. You're the prize, and the only approval you need is your own. Now, step into your power, live boldly, and let them wonder what they lost. You've been pouring everything into someone who never truly valued you. You've been chasing after them, throwing all your energy their way, hoping for just a hint of attention. But here's the harsh truth. The more you chase, the more they run. Why? Because they see you like a puppet, always there, ready for their next move. As long as you keep playing this game, they'll treat you like you're disposable, like yesterday's news. You're hoping one day they'll wake up and realize your worth, but let me tell you, no one wakes up to see value in something they took for granted. Who gave them this kind of power over you? Who decided they were in charge of your happiness? The answer is you. You let them dictate your peace of mind, handed over control, and allowed them to call the shots. While you're waiting, hoping they'll come to their senses, they're out there living their life, not even giving you a second thought. That's how little they respect your time, energy, and effort. You've been bending over backward, hoping for a sliver of their attention, but they've made it clear they don't care. And why would they? You've shown them you'll stick around, no matter how poorly they treat you. But today, that ends. Today, you step back, cut those strings, and let go of being their puppet. No more chasing after their calls, their texts, their approval. You disappear, go silent, and let them experience what life feels like without you. Take back all that energy you wasted and pour it into yourself. Here's the truth. People only value what they have to work for. As long as you're chasing them, they're running away, enjoying the thrill of knowing you'll always be there. But the moment you stop, the moment you go silent, that's when the game changes. Suddenly, they're staring at their phone, wondering where you went, why you haven't reached out. They'll stalk your social media, trying to see if you're still thinking about them. But you're done playing the game. You're done waiting around for someone who treated you like an option. When you pull back, you flip the script. Now, they're the ones wondering if they've lost you for good. That's when they'll start to panic, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. But this time, it's on your terms. Accept this challenge. Drop a comment below with, "I am done waiting." You're not just done waiting on them. You're done waiting on anyone to treat you the way you deserve. You're no one's backup plan, no one's emotional safety net. You've wasted enough time already. Now it's time to cut off the easy access they've had to you. When they finally realize you're not sitting around anymore, it'll hit them like a punch to the gut. And guess what? Whether they come back or not doesn't even matter, because now you know your worth, and it's not tied to their attention. You're not some side piece they can pick up and put down whenever it's convenient. You're the one they lost, and by the time they realize it, you'll be long gone. Today is the day you stop playing by their rules. Today is the day you cut those strings and move in silence. You're done chasing, done waiting, done being their puppet. The power is yours now, and all that's left to do is watch what happens when they start running after you. If you've already started pulling back, maybe gone silent or stopped the constant texting, you thought they'd notice, right? You thought they'd come running back. But here's the reality. If you're still waiting for them to notice, you're still giving them the power. You might have stopped chasing, but you haven't stopped waiting. And waiting. That's just another way of handing them control. The real shift happens when you stop caring whether they notice your absence. You're not just stepping back, you're building momentum in the other direction. The goal isn't to punish them with silence. It's to show them that your world doesn't revolve around them anymore. This is about tearing up that old script where you're the backup character in someone else's story. Now you're the lead. The real power move isn't making them miss you. It's not caring if they miss you at all. When you live with purpose and thrive without them, that's when they'll feel the sting. But by then, it won't even matter. This isn't about revenge or playing games. It's about reclaiming your own power, setting higher standards, and becoming the person you were always meant to be. No more running, no more begging for scraps of their attention. You're the prize, and the only approval you need is your own. Remember this, you are the author of your own story. Say it out loud. I write my own story. No more waiting in the shadows, hoping someone reads the script you wrote for them. This is about writing a new story where you're the main character. So, from today, you stop chasing, stop waiting, stop playing someone else's game. You're done being thirsty for their attention. You cut off those ties, guard your energy, and set your standards higher. This journey is about owning your time, your energy, and your peace. When you move in silence, protect your energy, and pour into yourself, you'll see that the right people will be drawn to you without you lifting a finger. Say it with me. I don't chase. I attract. Let that be your new mantra. From this moment on, you're done seeking what doesn't serve you. You are the magnet, not the seeker. You're the one they'll wonder about, the one they lost. And by the time they realize it, you'll be miles ahead, living a life so full that whether they catch up or not won't even matter. Now step into your power, reclaim your worth, and live boldly. Let them wonder what it's like to have lost you. The journey starts here. Take the first step and don't look back. You've spent enough time waiting around for someone who never truly valued you. You've been playing small, hoping that if you just showed them enough love, enough patience, enough attention, they would finally wake up and see your worth. But here's the reality you've been avoiding. They never will. Not while you're giving away all your power. Not while you're sacrificing your peace just to be someone's afterthought. Today, it's time to stop sacrificing yourself for someone who doesn't see your value. You see, they've grown comfortable knowing that no matter how they treat you, you'll always be there. You've been acting like their emotional safety net, waiting on standby for whenever they need a boost, a comfort, a distraction. And you've convinced yourself that if you wait long enough, they'll finally realize they can't live without you. But let's get one thing straight. People only start valuing what they might lose when it's already gone. So, here's the challenge. Pull back, step away, and let them feel your absence. No more dropping everything when they call. No more rearranging your life to fit into their schedule. You're not going to be someone's second choice, someone's convenience. You're not here to play the waiting game anymore, hoping they finally see you. Because here's the secret. When you stop chasing, they'll start to notice. When you move in silence, they'll start to feel that empty space where you used to be. And that's when they'll realize what they lost. But by the time they do, you'll be so far gone, it won't even matter. This is about reclaiming your time, your energy, your life. From now on, Every moment you spent worrying about them, thinking about them, checking your phone, you're going to redirect all that energy into yourself. You're going to invest in your own growth, your own happiness, your own peace. Start filling your days with things that matter to you. Focus on building yourself up, not waiting for someone to notice your worth. Whether it's hitting the gym, mastering a skill, or simply spending time with people who lift you up, you're going to fill your life with meaning that doesn't depend on someone else's approval. And here's where the shift happens. When you start treating yourself with the respect you've been giving to others, people will notice. Suddenly, you're no longer available at their beck and call. Suddenly, your time isn't something they can take for granted. And that's when they'll start to chase you. But here's the catch. It won't matter anymore, because by then you'll have realized that the only validation you ever needed was your own. Stop being the one who chases. Stop being the one who waits. You're not desperate for their attention anymore. You're not sitting by the phone hoping they'll reach out. You're living your life for you. And that's the most attractive thing you can do. Confidence is magnetic. It draws people in without effort. The moment you shift your focus inward, that's when everything changes. This isn't about playing games. It's about setting boundaries. It's about deciding that your time and energy are precious, and not everyone gets to have a piece of it. So from today, when someone asks you to drop everything for them, you say no. When someone tries to pull you back into their drama, you walk away. When they try to guilt you, manipulate you, or make you feel small, you stay strong because you've learned your worth. Here's the thing. People will try to test your boundaries, especially when they see you pulling away. They'll try to lure you back in with sweet words, empty promises, or just enough attention to keep you on the hook. But you're smarter now. You've grown. You're no longer falling for breadcrumbs. If they want to be in your life, they have to bring something real to the table: consistency, respect, and genuine effort. If they can't do that, they don't deserve a seat at your table. Say it with me. I am done chasing. I am done waiting. I am done being someone's afterthought. This is your new mantra. Every time you feel tempted to reach out, to check their social media, to wonder what they're up to, remind yourself that you're not that person anymore. You are moving forward, not backward. Now, let's talk about boundaries. Setting boundaries doesn't make you difficult, selfish, or hard to deal with. It makes you someone who values their peace, their energy, their time. People who truly care about you will respect your boundaries without question. And those who get offended by them, they're the ones who benefited from you having none. From this moment on, you're going to protect your peace. No more oversharing, no more explaining yourself to people who don't deserve access to your thoughts and feelings. When someone asks why you didn't respond right away, you simply say, "I was busy." No details, no justifications. If they want to be in your life, they have to respect your space. And here's a little secret. The less people know about you, the more they want to know. Keeping things close to the chest makes them curious. They'll wonder what you're up to, why you've suddenly gone quiet. What's changed? But you're not playing games here. You're just choosing to live for yourself. When you cut off their easy access to your thoughts, feelings, and time, you flip the entire dynamic. Suddenly, they're the ones checking their phone, wondering why you haven't reached out, scrolling through your social media, hoping for a sign. But you're out there living your best life, focused on what truly matters. Say it out loud. I am the prize. I am the magnet. You attract what aligns with your energy, and you let go of what drains you. No more bending over backward for people who won't even meet you halfway. No more playing the emotional puppet for someone else's entertainment. From now on, you are in control of your story. The right people will step up to meet you where you are, and those who can't handle your growth, your standards, your confidence, they'll fall away. And that's okay, because you're not here to make everyone happy. You're here to live your life on your own terms. So keep moving forward, keep glowing up, keep stepping into your power, and when they finally realize what they lost, it won't even matter to you anymore, because you'll be too busy living a life that's full, happy, and entirely your own. Remember, the best revenge isn't proving them wrong. The best revenge is proving yourself right by becoming the strongest, happiest, and most fulfilled version of yourself. Let them wonder. Let them miss you. But by the time they do, you'll be long gone, living a life so good, their absence will no longer be relevant. You've been waiting around, wasting time hoping they would change, hoping they'd realize they had something special. But let's face it, if they truly valued you, they wouldn't have needed time to figure it out. They wouldn't have treated you like an option, like someone they could pick up whenever it was convenient. The truth is, they had their chance. They had you at your best, at your most loyal, at your most giving. And if they couldn't see your value then, they never truly deserved you in the first place. Now it's time to focus on the person who matters most, you. It's time to become your own source of validation, your own source of joy. You're stepping into a new chapter of your life, one where you're the priority. No more bending over backward to please people who only give you breadcrumbs. No more sitting by the phone, hoping they'll come to their senses. You're done playing the role of someone's emotional crutch. From now on, your happiness, your growth, and your peace come first. This journey is about reclaiming your self-respect. It's about looking in the mirror and recognizing the value that was there all along, the value they were too blind to see. And once you start treating yourself with that level of respect, others will have no choice but to do the same. You're no longer the one who waits, who hopes, who settles. You're the one who sets the standard and expects others to rise to it. Let's talk about what it means to truly move on. It doesn't just mean deleting their number or unfollowing them on social media. Moving on is about cutting the emotional ties that have kept you stuck. It's about letting go of the hope that they'll change, the hope that one day they'll come back and treat you right. Because here's the truth, the person they were when they had you, that's who they are. And if they didn't treat you with love and respect, then what makes you think they ever will? The power move here is to let go completely. Let go of the past, the what-ifs, the fantasies of what could have been. It's time to stop romanticizing someone who couldn't even give you the bare minimum. You deserve someone who chooses you, who sees your worth from the start, who doesn't need to lose you to realize what they had. And the moment you internalize that, you'll stop settling for less than you deserve. Now is the time to glow up, not for anyone else, but for yourself. Take all that energy you used to waste worrying about them and pour it back into your own growth. Hit the gym, learn a new skill, dive into your passions, whatever it takes to become the best version of yourself. Because the best revenge isn't making them regret losing you. It's becoming someone so fulfilled, so confident and so radiant that their absence doesn't even matter anymore. And let's be clear, this isn't about showing off or trying to get their attention. The glow-up is for you. It's about stepping into your own power, realizing that you are more than enough, just as you are. It's about waking up every day, excited to live your life, not because you're waiting for someone to notice, but because you've built a life that makes you genuinely happy. When you start moving like this, something incredible happens. You stop chasing, stop begging, stop settling. You start attracting people, opportunities and experiences that align with who you are becoming. The people who once took you for granted, they'll feel your absence, but by then you'll have moved on to bigger and better things. The game changes when you shift your focus inward. Instead of pouring all your energy into someone who didn't appreciate it, you're investing in yourself. Instead of waiting for their texts, their validation, their approval, you're creating your own joy, your own success, your own peace. And that's when everything changes. You're stepping into a chapter where you call the shots. You're no longer waiting on anyone to choose you because you've already chosen yourself. When you realize that you are the prize, that your time and energy are gifts, not things to be taken for granted, that's when you reclaim your power. That's when you stop feeling like you need to be chosen, because you've already chosen yourself. Here's your new mantra: I attract, I don't chase. I am the prize, I am the magnet. Say it, feel it, believe it. You don't need to run after anyone anymore. You don't need to wait around, hoping someone will finally see your worth. You are done playing small. You are done trying to prove yourself to people who couldn't even appreciate you in the first place. Now, let's talk about detachment. Real detachment isn't about pretending you don't care. It's about genuinely not needing their approval or attention. It's about realizing that your worth doesn't come from being someone's priority. It comes from knowing who you are and what you deserve. Detachment means walking away from anything that doesn't serve your peace and knowing that you'll be perfectly fine without it. When you detach, you stop reacting. You stop letting their actions control your emotions. You stop waiting by the phone, hoping for a message that will never come. You stop replaying old conversations, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. Detachment is the ultimate power move because it shows that you're no longer playing their game. You're not waiting for them to change, to apologize, to come running back. You've moved on to something better, your own peace of mind. People will notice when you've truly moved on. They'll sense the shift in your energy, the newfound confidence, the peace that comes with knowing you're enough on your own. And when they do reach out, trying to pull you back in, you won't even flinch, because now you're on a different path. You've learned that the only person you need to impress is yourself. So keep going, keep building, keep growing, keep glowing. The right people will see your value without you having to prove it. And those who don't, let them go. They were never meant to be part of your journey. From here on out, you are done waiting, done chasing, done begging for attention. You are stepping into a new era of self-love, self-respect, and self-worth. You are creating a life that doesn't revolve around anyone else's approval, and that's where true power lies. Say it one more time. I attract, I don't chase. I am the prize. That's your new standard. That's your new reality. And as you step into this new chapter, remember, the best is yet to come, but it's only for those who have the courage to walk away from what no longer serves them. You've made it this far, so let's keep pushing forward. This is where you reclaim your life, where you stop living on someone else's terms and start owning every moment like the boss you are. This journey is about demanding more, settling for nothing less, and learning to say no without apology. It's about being the person who knows their worth and refuses to accept anything that doesn't align with that. Let's talk about the power of saying no. For too long, you've been saying yes when you really wanted to say no. Yes to plans you didn't care about. Yes to people who took you for granted. Yes to situations that drained you. But every time you said yes when you meant no, you were sending the message that your time wasn't valuable. No more. From today, you say no and mean it. Saying no is about setting boundaries. It's about protecting your energy and refusing to let anyone drain you. People will push back when they realize they can no longer control you, but that's not your problem. Their reaction is a reflection of their expectations, not your worth. The power move here is saying no without guilt, without explanations, without trying to soften the blow. When you say no and mean it, you reclaim your time, your energy, and your peace. Here's the thing, you don't owe anyone an explanation. The more you try to explain yourself, the more you're giving away your power. If someone asks why you're not available, you don't need to justify it. A simple, "I won't be able to make it," is enough. No apologies, no excuses. Your decisions are yours, and you don't need anyone's approval to live your life the way you choose. Now, let's dive into what it means to stay emotionally untouchable. This is about becoming solid, grounded, and unshakable. People who know they can get under your skin will keep trying. They'll ghost you, breadcrumb you, and play mind games just to see if they can get a reaction. But when you become emotionally untouchable, they lose their power over you. Being emotionally untouchable isn't about being cold or shutting down your feelings. It's about choosing how you respond. It's about deciding that your peace is more important than someone's attempt to manipulate you. When you stay calm, composed, and unbothered, you're letting the world know that you control your emotions, not anyone else. This is where you draw the line in the sand. No more reacting to every little thing. No more letting other people's actions dictate your mood. The next time someone tries to push your buttons, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, I am in control. You're done letting others mess with your head. You've built too much strength, too much resilience to be dragged down by petty games. And here's where the magic happens. When you stop reacting, you become unpredictable. They won't know what to expect from you anymore. That's when they start chasing, trying to figure out what changed. But by then, it won't even matter to you because you've moved on to bigger and better things. You're done playing someone else's game. Now, let's shift focus. It's time to glow up, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. This is about a full transformation, from your mindset to your habits to your lifestyle. The goal isn't to make them jealous or to win them back. No, the real flex is becoming someone so strong, so happy, so fulfilled, that whether they notice or not is irrelevant. The first step is to level up your habits. Take care of your health, hit the gym, eat better, get enough sleep. Show yourself the respect you've been giving to everyone else. When you prioritize yourself, you start to glow from the inside out. That's the kind of transformation that turns heads. But this isn't for their attention, it's for you. Focus on your personal growth. Dive into learning something new, set goals that excite you, surround yourself with people who uplift you. When you invest in yourself, you become a magnet for the right kind of energy. You're no longer waiting for someone else to complete you because you've realized you're already whole. Here's a powerful truth. The less you seek, the more you attract. When you stop looking for someone to validate you, when you stop chasing after people who don't see your worth, that's when the right ones show up. They'll notice the shift in you, the confidence that comes from knowing who you are and what you deserve. Now, let's talk about being the magnet instead of the seeker. When you're constantly chasing, you come off as desperate, needy, and easy to overlook. But a magnet doesn't chase. It simply pulls in what's aligned with its energy. That's your new role. You're no longer running after approval, love, or attention. You're focused on becoming your best self, and the right people will naturally gravitate towards you. Being a magnet means mastering the art of letting go. You no longer cling to what isn't meant for you. If someone isn't interested, that's fine. You let them go. If an opportunity doesn't pan out, you trust that something better is on its way. This isn't about being cold. It's about understanding that what's meant for you will find you. When you start living like this, something amazing happens. You stop feeling desperate for anyone's attention. You stop worrying about who's texting, who's reaching out, who's noticing you. You're too busy building your own life, focused on your own happiness, that everything else falls into place. Say it with me. I attract, I don't chase. Let this be your mantra. Every time you feel the urge to reach out, to seek validation, to prove yourself, remind yourself, I attract, I don't chase. As you move forward, remember this journey is about you stepping into your power, owning your worth, and setting your standards high. You are no longer waiting for someone to choose you. You've chosen yourself, and that's all that matters. The world is yours to conquer, so go ahead.